Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bleach, Taite, Kubo, you already know the damn drill. Listen, alright? Shinken Hyakugen. Well, we already know what's gonna happen, alright? It's a Zanpakuto that's a god slayer, and it's gonna just wind up besting Barro in every way, shape, or form. So let's just see how this plays out. Shit. What is that sword? It's your downfall. Gahul! Ugh. I'm done. Apparently, the Zanpakuto shines very brightly, and it's so bright to where Barro can't make out the actual shape of the Zanpakuto or the blade. You know, it's not a blade, the Zanpakuto, the paddle. And she's surprised because she's like, wait, so hold on, really? Because like you can see that she has the surprised face right here on the side. To her, the blade probably is not shining at all, but to Barro it is, and he sees it as an ice sword. This sword reflects the ability of a god it is facing off against. If it is reflecting the light from your eyes, that means it is diffusing the light you are emanating. Though it does not displease me to be referred to as a god, and his head's going like this, and I'm like, again, the standards for gods in Bleach, I got no idea, honestly, because the standards seem to fluctuate wildly, and she rushes in there. Now, I think that's just fucking stupid, honestly, but she just charges Barro head first. Nanao, who normally has some type of plan or some type of, keto trap in place, charges head first in there. That's very uncharacteristic, but whatever. Flashback time. So she gives the Zanpakuto to a shadowy figure who I can assume is Kyoraku. And I think that is Nanao listening to her mother talk to this person. That's the way it seems. Maybe it's not her kimono. I don't know. The patterns, I think, are different for this one. Or maybe it's not the one that he's wearing right now. Whatever. It's not a huge deal. But they're talking about the hairpins. Her mother did have quite a similar kimono, so we can assume that it was, in fact, hers. Okay. Isn't Vice Captain Eisen, totally dreamy? Oh, if only you knew. Oh, got the Superman hair going on. Slick back. Yeah. Take off the glasses. Ding. Break. Even though I wouldn't dare, because I'd be fucking stupid. But you get my point. You get my point. Immediately after my mother passed away, I was taken in by an elderly couple. You know what? We'll take in this cursed girl. Why not? It'd be fun. Wait, they were a relative of the Issei family. But there's a guy there, and shouldn't he be dead? I mean, he's clearly older. I mean, I guess the curse doesn't apply to the branch families of the Issei family. It applies to the main family. That would be my assumption. Upon entering Shinno Academy, I couldn't make the Asauchi that I was provided to become my own. However, my talents in Kido were recognized and I was able to take the squad entrance exam fairly quickly. Now, again, this is something that I just have to point out. It's like, Nimaya said all of them, and yet apparently he missed Nanao. Like, that's my thing. Like, it's too weird. Like, it just so happens that she couldn't make that Asauchi work for her. But you think that Nimaya would not have missed the fact that a vice captain within the Gote 13 did not have a Zanpakuto. So it would have been more appropriate to say all except for Nanao have a Zanpakuto or some shit like that. But this is where I just kind of really question the continuity of Bleach sometimes. Like, this is why so many folks are like, yo, like, Kubo, like, he likes going to dark and dirty places, man. He just loves it. I mean, again, this is not, like, the biggest problem when it comes to this whole thing. This is all just, like, the details. But even the details have their faults. And the fact that this is all for the sake of building up this God Slayer Zanpakuto is still something I can't get over. There's also some obvious manipulation going on here. She was a Kido-based individual only, who couldn't use a Asauchi to begin with. But she excelled at that, and she was able to take the squad entrance exam fairly quickly. And it just so happens that she was put into the 8th squad, where her uncle was the captain. So my assumption here is that Kyoraku was pulling some strings to make this process speed up, so he could watch over her legitimately without raising any suspicion. That's my assumption. So he changed the Hiyori and he removed the hairpins, but she knew that that was the guy that her mother entrusted something very important to. And now back to the battle. So she brings down the paddle. The paddle actually cuts through. He was saying, there is no blade that can cut, and then ... and then you have that slice of the wrist, and what happens, there's the swing follow through. His hand dispersed into, I would assume, reishi. So it just disappears. So that is the power versus God-slaying Zanpakuto. Yuha better watch out. I have no idea how she thought that she caught him off guard. Zero. Looks like Barro's bringing up the big guns. He's making some dual halo thing going on. About to rain some devastation. Well, I will give Kubo one thing. Even though the Zanpakuto itself is equipped to slay gods, if the user or the wielder themselves can actually match the skill of said god, in this case Nanao being outclassed by Barro when it comes to skill, overall combat ability, it looks like the Zanpakuto itself, it's not useless, but it won't be as effective. So my assumption here is that Nanao has to go through some type of combat upgrade, or she needs help from somebody. But regardless of that, I do like the fact that Kubo is not making her OP instantly because she has a god-slaying Zanpakuto. She doesn't have the skills to pay the bills. I had always blamed myself. Execution. Who? Central 46 appears to have made their ruling on charges relating to the loss of the sacred treasures, and the execution was held yesterday. Of who? It's all my fault. Okay, so the flashback ends, but it looks like the pin that he got, one of the pins that he got, the pinwheel, whatever pins, it looks like he got from his brother, who I'm assuming he got from his wife, who is Nanao's mother. Not only that, but when it comes to execution, I think they're talking about Nanao's mother, who was executed because of the loss of the sacred treasure being the divine paddle. So it actually looks like Kubo did some damage control here, which is not necessarily bad, because it does at least explain why this sacred treasure would just, leave the Issei household and no one gives a fuck. Apparently they actually did give a fuck. And they executed the head of the house, Nanao's mother. Maybe, I don't know. They haven't said. I mean, he's saying that, everything was his fault, Kiraku's fault. He's saying it to himself, but it's not clarified if the execution itself was held for Nanao's mother. Kiraku is coming out from the shadows, that's obvious. Allow me to protect you. Feelings pile up on the palm of my hands. Let's go. Nanao-chan holding the sword from behind her, and that is the chapter. Okay, so, I mean, again, I'm going to guess here that the execution was for Nanao's mother, maybe the brother. No, but the brother died via the curse. We already know that, so it's probably the mother. And he wants to take responsibility because he was the one that hid the sword for her in the first place. So he's just doing his duty, and that's really it. So yeah, King of Lightning, rate the video. I am done. I will see you guys for the review. So rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice goddamned day.